Guys, I'm pretty stoked about this. We got a Russian MRE. Everything in here, if I understand it right, is freeze-dried. And then I decided to do an American cold weather MRE. The main dish for sure is freeze-dried in this. And we're going to compare Russia versus USA. So the Russian MRE is not exactly a military MRE. It is for, they call it a professional MRE. It's for people that are working out in the cold or out away from where food is readily available. So people like rangers, people maybe on the pipelines, guides, things like that, they'll use this kind of a meal in Russia, as opposed to this meal. It's a cold weather meal, and it is a military meal sent to me by Eric, a subscriber out of Alaska. He sent me a whole case of these. So we'll compare the military MRE freeze-dried to the freeze-dried Russian MRE. Let's see what happens. So we're gonna do the turkey Tetrazzini first. This is the US menu. Interesting about this, it's 17 ounces. The Russian MRE is 27 ounces. So I'm not sure, this might have a stove in it or something. We'll take a look here in a minute, but there's quite a difference in the weight. That's an interesting fact. All right, we've got in our accessory pack, we got our Bill's Brew, creamer, napkins, moist towelette, sugar, gum, some Tabasco sauce, I'm glad of that, and matches. These are gonna be brand new matches, so they work fine and dandy. There we go. All right. We've got our spoon. We'll go ahead and get that ready to go. Ooh, what do we have here? Chocolate peanut spread. Let's see what that looks like here real quick. Yeah, I want to make sure we get all of it out the first time. There we go. I can't smell anything like real strong or anything at this point, but there we go. Flip that back over. All right. We have our beverage lime powder. I like that. I like lemon lime. That should be good. And of course, this is in the deal. We just peel it off. It's going to be powdered. We pour the appropriate amount of water in. Drink it. Automatic. Oh, another one. Mocha. Cappuccino mocha. Have to add some of that with our creamer. We get some hot water. We got some hot water boiling right now. Have our crackers. There we go. Boy, those are white, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. They kept their shape too.
They did. Cool. We have First Strike chocolate flavor, nutritious energy bar. I'm not too enthusiastic about this. Yeah, I'd rather have it be fruity, but boy, it smells chocolatey. I'll put it right there with the. It's kind of like the. It's like the fruit roll-up consistency. And wow, and that's it. I mean, now we have our chicken Tetrazzini, which when I was in the cafeteria business before I joined the Marine Corps, one of my favorite dishes, chicken Tetrazzini. We'll add some water to that here in a minute. Now our Russian MRE. We've got gum, sugar, a couple packets. We have some candies, more sugar, salt.
Oh.
Pepper, more gum, tea, a chocolate bar. Let's take a look. Ooh, that's dark chocolate. Another tea. Oh, this is going to be one of our fruit bars. Yeah. Ooh, that's cool. Look at that. Again, it's like a fruit roll-up kind of a thing. It smells very fruity. It smells almost like a fig. Like Fig Newton kind of stuff. We have our napkin with, what do we have in here? Ooh, it looks like some kind of jam. That's pretty cool looking. Let's take a look at this. See what our jam looks like here. Oh wait, that might be honey. Oh yeah, that's honey. I know I had a packet of honey in here, but I wasn't sure which one was going to be the honey. Yeah, that's definitely honey.
Well, that's a luxurious item.
Yeah, that is. Kind of cool because it has all the fruit on the front of it there, but it is actually honey. Cool. All right, what else do we have? Okay, we have tomato sauce. I'm thinking maybe, yeah, it's real runny, so it probably is actually tomato sauce. We have coffee, We have matches, coffee.
Wow.
These matches are kind of fun. They've got a strike plate, and then you have the individual matches that I believe have the coating on them to make them waterproof. Let's see if we can strike one of these going here. All right, we got our strike plate. Probably ought to move that over. Oh, yeah. Again, like the sparklers. Gee, wow. They worked right away.
You know, I guess in the cold Russian climate, you might have a hard time starting a fire, and so that's what you need.
Yeah, you want a little bit of a fire starter with your match. Huh?
Yeah, hard to start a fire at -30, you know.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We got some raisins. All right, we have like our raisins. I think they're raisins, nuts, and something else. I can't remember, but I'm guessing they all go together. Here we go. We have some sunflower seeds.
What's that?
Hey, that's a lot in there. This is a lot of food. I mean, I haven't even gotten any mains yet compared to the U.S. MRE. This is kind of
nuts. Get it?
Pun intended. I got it. You know, I'm not going to even pour all of them out. I'll just pour a few.
I'll take the rest of that.
It's really bad. What do we have here? Oh, this is a cappuccino classic with something on the back here. Oh, cocoa. So we got cocoa powder to put in with our cappuccino. This is, okay, look here. We've got actual peanuts right there. There are the peanuts. Again, I'm not going to put them all out there. I'll just put a few. We'll save those for later. We'll taste those in a bit. Now this is crazy. Check out. We've got crackers. And if you don't have enough, we have some crackers.
Wow.
Yeah. We have, here's some fruit jam.
For your crackers.
For the crackers, you got honey, you got fruit jam. Let's check out the old fruit jam. Put it with the honey. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. There we go, nice. We have water purification tablets. We have more gum and one more water purification tablet. Okay, so we have our isotonic fruit drink or some kind of drink. It's supposed to be good for you. We'll make that here in a minute. But here are kind of the mains. You got mashed potatoes with meat. We have fish soup. That's going to be interesting. Give that a try. And then we have our noodles with meat, which is going to be the equivalent of the chicken tetrazzini, I hope. That's what we're going to kind of compare. And shout out to Vlad. I sent the information about this MRE, the Russian MRE, to him. He speaks and writes and everything Russian, and he translated everything for me, so that's kind of how I know what's going on with this one. Thank you, Vlad. And let's see how everything tastes. Well, we're going to compare coffees. We got our Bill's Brew versus the Russian brand. One thing that's interesting, the US MRE, it is sad. I mean, look at all this stuff compared to this, but it did come with a spoon. The Russian MRE didn't. I'm guessing probably, I think it was the Italians. They had theirs issued to them, or, well, I didn't check this out before I said coffee. We don't have coffee. We have little moist towelettes to wipe our hands off with. I'll have to find my coffee. Just a little bit of a scent to it. Not much, but just a little bit. It's just not straight plain, but it's not alcohol. Let's compare our American MRE moist towelette. And that has a little more of this has more of a smell to it. It's not kind of soapy almost, just a little bit. It's not as clean smelling as that one, but it's not, again, it's not real alcohol-y. This is more moist. Well, since we don't have coffee, we're gonna compare our cappuccinos. So we'll do our Russian mixture first, get it in the cup. It's interesting because it is two separate powders. One, you can just go like that if you want, but on the back we have our I guess it's the chocolate part of it. I'm not real familiar with all these drinks.
Maybe it's the espresso part of it.
There you go. So
I don't know. I don't read Russian.
We'll open that up. It's definitely attached. You don't just pull it right off. See what that looks like. Oh yeah. Looks like a little chocolate or coffee looking stuff. Not a lot, but.
I wonder why they would separate.
Yeah, maybe because some people don't want to. Oh yeah, it's definitely smells like chocolate. And then we'll take our cappuccino out of here. I'm not going to leave it in this, even though I kind of like. I think that's cool to drink it like that. But I want to be able to see the powders and how they compare. That definitely has this stuff with it, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely. Okay. All right, let's get some hot water. There we go. Let them set a minute, cool down. And then let's add our water to our different mains here. This is quite interesting. Go with the turkey first. Whoop. Oh wow, look at that. That's got some good look. That almost looks like a pea. Heck yeah, that's going to be.
Mountain House usually does a great job.
Yeah, they definitely don't let you down. Isn't that right? We're going to actually put this in the bowl so y'all can see how this is put together. This is really quite interesting. I mean, you've got chunks of asparagus. I see carrots. We got the noodles, the turkey. It is all going on there. We'll add our hot water. Wow, that just looks dang good.
You'll probably fill up the whole bowl.
Yeah, yeah. Mountain House is good for that, isn't it? Wow.
I have to say, for the American MRE, they give you a nice big portion.
Yes. Yeah, they do. And that Mountain House, I mean, I've never had something from Mountain House. It was like, ugh. It's always been outstanding. So we'll set that aside and cover it. So it's kind of like having it in the packaging that it came in. It's kind of fun to see that, up close instead of down in a dark bag. Next, we'll do our Russian home-style noodles with meat. Looks a little more like ramen, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. A little bit. Okay, we won't throw quite so much water in that one. There we go. Let that set and soak up and see how that tastes. Some fish soup going in. It's going to be real interesting to see what this actually tastes like. Fish soup, I don't get to eat a lot of that, I don't think.
Not on the American diet.
Not much, yeah. There we go. And we're just, again, same kind of thing. We're just going to let that sit and soak up good. And now, the mashed potatoes, I'm going to put those right in the tray. Wow, that's a lot of mashed potatoes. That may not have been a good idea. Let's see, I'm gonna, just in case we overflow, we'll move the sweets back. Get a little water in there. The cool thing about mashed potatoes is they mix up pretty easily. That smells dang good. I can't believe there's meat in the mashed potatoes. That's kind of crazy. Put a little more water in there. I like creamy mashed potatoes. If you've never had dried, reconstituted mashed potatoes, it's one of the easiest dishes, one of the easiest dishes to reconstitute because it just doesn't take a lot of time. You don't have to wait for things to settle in or anything like that or to disperse. You just get that water on the potatoes and boom, they're potatoes again. And I even like mashed potatoes in the Marine Corps when we had them from the giant cans and the way they made them in the big, huge pots. So I've never met a mashed potato I didn't like, I guess is what I'm saying. It'd be interesting to try a Russian one. All right, let's say a quick prayer. Lord God in heaven, again, thank you so much for this time to share this food and enjoy time with other folks. I just ask you to bless this food to our bodies now. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen.
Well, let's see here. I'm gonna start. I usually go with the dessert first, but these potatoes are calling my name. So, potatoes with meat, Russian style. Let's see what we think here. Not sure what the meat is, but the potatoes are good. They're real creamy. I mean, that's really good. Hang on, let me get you a spoon. Yeah, it's tasty and delicious. The meat item is like a crouton. It hasn't absorbed the water, but completely. But the potatoes are reconstituted.
You know, it's well seasoned.
Mm-hmm. That is good.
It just needs a little salt to me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's great.
I agree. I agree. Let's get a little bit of salt in there, see if we can even improve on the taste. There we go. Dive into one more bite. The meat, where it says mashed potatoes with meat, that meat adds a whole other layer of flavor. Normally it's just your potatoes and your salt, but with that meat, that puts it right on up there for sure. Okay, next, let's mix some lemon lime powdered drink mix from the American MRE. We're going to put it in this clear glass so you can see what color it is and how it looks. Got our canteen from 1980 era. I don't think canteens have changed much. See, that is just right there. You can always add more. Let's mix it up pretty nicely. You know, that's going to need a little more. I can tell right now that's going to need a little more water. There we go. We'll get our isotonic drink from the Russian MRE and we'll compare them here in a minute. Ooh. There we go. That wasn't near as much powder, so I won't add quite so much water. All right. It's a pretty color contrast there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one still has like floaties in it.
Definitely.
This one is more granular.
Mm-hmm. You know, we've seen that too in international MREs. They seem to do a better job granulating into really small crystals the powdered drinks as compared to the American MREs. They don't usually do a very good job of that. Okay, well let's try our cappuccino next while those two are mixing up. First, the American cappuccino. Again, it was all in one package. Well, that's a good drink. I enjoy that. Yeah, it kind of surprises me. I didn't think I'd really care for it. Yeah, you got to give it a whirl.
I'm an expert here.
Yeah, you like your sweet coffees.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Okay.
Well, especially for instant coffee. Well, that's good for any coffee.
All right.
Wow, that's very surprising how delicious that is.
Now we're going to try the Russian. It's good. I may have added a little too much water, but the flavor's good. I'll let you try that, but I definitely added a little too much water.
Which one do you like better?
Well, because I added too much water to the Russian, I like the American one better.
I think that's just the way they make it.
Oh, is that right?
They're like, it's more focused on like cream as opposed to coffee.
Okay.
Like there's way more cream flavor added.
Yeah, okay. The American one has more of a punch. I mean, you can tell it's more intense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Russian one is focused on like the milk creamy part on it.
Okay, and
this one's focused on like the chocolate coffee part.
Mm-hmm. They're both delicious. They really are. I'm surprised that I like either one, quite honestly, because I don't normally drink that weird coffee stuff.
Yeah. Yes, I'm just surprised you like the Russian one so much because it is just like a weak coffee kind of.
Right. Maybe that's why I like it, because I don't like the coffee terribly strong. So both of those, I'd drink. If somebody gave me a 24 pack of them, I'd sure throw them down over time. I like those both. Those aren't bad at all. Well, now we've got our American cappuccino, or no, what was it? It was a chocolate bar.
Chocolate energy bar.
Yeah, so it's going to have some caffeine in it. I'm not going to have a whole lot of this. Do you want some of it, son? Okay. I think it had some mocha in it. Cheers. Rice. Chocolate. It's not bad, but if I could trade for something that I like a pack of peanut butter or something, I'd probably do that. But if nobody would trade, I would eat it. I would definitely eat it. So that's not bad. Now let's take a look at this chocolate here from the Russian MRE. Boy, if I can.
Whoa.
There we go. You want a little bit of that?
Cheers. That's dense chocolate. Cheers. Whoa. That's a twice baked chocolate.
Yeah. It's not quite dark chocolate. It's a real heavy kind of or it's a real light dark chocolate, or it's a real heavy milk chocolate. I'm not sure which, but it's not bad. Again, if I had that one, I'd probably try to trade for it. I'd even trade some gum for it or something. So
Yeah, to me they don't like most of the international MREs don't put enough sugar in their chocolate.
that's what it is. Yep. Okay, so here's the fruit. This one smells like figs. I'll give you a part of that. Cheers. It's like the middle of a Fig Newton, but it's not as creamed. The middle of a Fig Newton has it's real creamy to go with the bread, the breading. This has a few chunks in it, I would say. So
I don't really care for that myself.
well, I would rather have that. I would trade that for the chocolate myself, or I would trade that for the American energy bar chocolate thing because. I like that better myself. Interesting. We do have some crackers here. We have crackers here, but what do we have to put on our crackers? We have our peanut butter and chocolate. So let's do our American MRE with our peanut butter and chocolate first. So that is really thick. It's like there wasn't quite enough oil in it. That's good. That is actually quite good. You have to try some of that.
Thank you.
That's a pleasant surprise. I didn't think I'd care for the chocolate peanut butter, but I do eat Reese's from time to time, so it's kind of that deal. Let's try our lighter colored crackers here for a comparison. And again, with the Russian MRE, we have these thicker crackers, and we have some jam. We'll try that first. Jam. That is just sweet. I don't taste a particular fruit. You know, sometimes you can like, oh, that's grape or that's strawberry. This is just kind of a fruity sweet. No distinct fruit. It's not bad. I actually like the chocolate and peanut butter better myself. Try our honey here. Well, that honey's good and thick. That's good honey. You want to try some honey?
Sure.
Or jam. I can give you some jam too if you like.
Russian honey.
I'll let you grab it. What do you think?
Yeah, that's really good.
All
I'm
right.
not sure if they're honey grades, but that's a good honey.
Yeah, it is a good honey. That's right. All right. Let's take a look at our. Oh, that's an interesting mix. Let's take a look at our isotonic drink here from Russia.
That mixed up well.
It's like a raspberry kind of a drink. Not real strong, but it's a fruity drink. This one here, American, lemon lime. Still got all the crust on top. Not bad. I prefer that actually. I prefer the Russian one on this.
Wow.
It's a little more, it's smoother. The taste is smoother and a little sweeter than this is more of a punchy lemon lime, which if that's what you want, that's fine. You should go on a snow cone maybe, but it could use a little more sugar maybe. Yeah, it's interesting because this is supposed to be some kind of isotonic, which I always associate with good for you. And this is just a lemon lime beverage powder. This actually tastes better. The Russian tastes better to me. Now, okay, again, I've got nuts, raisins, and nuts. Nothing to compare like that on the American side. So let's just have a few, let's make a mixture here. We've got peanuts, we have raisins, and we have sunflower seeds. Those are good. Yeah. It's really interesting. I thought maybe this weighed more because there was a stove in it or something. There's not. That's a good combo. Of course, I love that. I love all three of those things. I'll put those in my salad quite a bit. So we've got our turkey tetrazzini from the Mountain House American MRE. Look how much food there is there. Goodness gracious. It looks delicious. We have our soup from the Russian MRE, fish soup. pour that off into here. That actually looks pretty darn good too. And then we have our noodles with meat from the Russian MRE. Again, looks a lot like ramen, but that looks delicious actually. One spoon to unite them all. Let's go with the Russian first on this one because there are two components. So we'll go ahead and try the fish soup. I'm going to try a big old spoonful. Just live adventurously here. Yeah, that's a bit strange. I'm not used to that. It has like grains in it that are a little, maybe rice or something that's not fully constituted or not the way I'm used to it. Okay. There's not a real strong fish taste, but there's like a subtle fish taste. And yeah, with a little bit spicy, bits of carrots in there you see. Yeah, it's, you know, here's some pellets of some kind. Maybe they're fish pellets. We got to try a couple.
They're actually, wait, they're actually tablets.
Yeah, let's see a little burst of flavor.
Ground fish or something.
Oh yeah, that's what that is. It's ground fish.
And pellets. Ooh. Mm-hmm. That's what they feed trout at the hatcheries.
Excuse me just a minute here. Definitely want to cleanse the old palate on that one. Wow, well that is interesting. It's not what I was expecting. Don't know what I was expecting, but I'd be willing to trade for, say, some potatoes on that one. So yeah, enough said there. Let's go to our noodles with meat. Here we go. It looks good. Okay. The noodles are good. The meat, not tasting the meat. It's filling, but it's not anything that is real distinct, a good flavor. I would say it's not unpleasant, but it's not like, oh man, I really like this stuff. You know, the potatoes actually taste better.
The potatoes are the best part of the whole thing, not the main dish.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah. Now, you know what? Let's do this. Mix a little bit of that meat, those meat pellets. Here, again, you can see they're actually round. Let me turn that spoon around. Whoops. Let me get that. There you go. You can kind of see it. They're actually round pellets. That's the meat. I guess they probably pulverize the meat, put it into pellets, cook it, flash cook it or whatever, and then, dry it out and then drop it into this. It doesn't taste like Spam. It doesn't taste like beef. It just adds some kind of salty something to it. So, not bad, but there is one other thing that comes with this, and that's the tomato sauce. Let's see about what that looks like. If it's just ketchup or it's actually sauce. That's interesting. Oh, well, now this might make a difference here. That almost looks like marinara, kind of. Well, let's give it a try first on its own. Doesn't smell like anything. It's like tomato paste, but you know what? I think that should go in here, actually. Let's give it a whirl. Wow, it's really concentrated. Really concentrated.
It is meant to be mixed in with one of the dishes.
You know how sometimes you just add that certain spice or whatever. It's like adding a spice because it's very spicy, very concentrated. Put that in that main. Makes a big difference. That tomato sauce, it just hit me. It's a little bit like a 57 or A1 combo because there's so much spice in it. So that is, I'm sure that's what you're supposed to do with the potatoes and the main, is to mix a little of that tomato paste, or it's called tomato sauce actually, in there. But that enhances the two parts of this menu here for sure. It's still not a meal for champions, I would say, but that helped it. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's go on to the main Mountain House chicken tetrazzini, asparagus, red peppers, Smells wonderful. Wow. Now, that has it all going on. I'm telling you. The vegetables, I can taste the turkey. I can taste the asparagus. The textures are wonderful. Oh, this is...
That is really good.
That's good. Again, American MRE, no salt or pepper.
Weird.
But I guess they figure it's perfect the way it's seasoned. But I'm going to mix a little Russian salt. Can you do that? Russian salt into the main here.
Yeah. That blows this out of the water, the main. I mean,
Yeah.
this definitely has more stuff. Potatoes are cool or whatever, but man, that's definitely really good.
That is, yeah. That's a good main. That's a really good main. And again, it's a big bunch of it. It'll fill you up real well. Let's see here. We've got some gum to compare. You know, you've got more food as far as the side dishes with the Russian. But I would have to say overall, because of the fact that the US one, the main, which is what you're really after when you're eating these things, that's what you're really looking forward to. The main is so much better with the American. I would definitely want to go with American, even though this is heavier, has more food, more variety. I like that main better, and that's really what I'm going to be going after. I'm going to try the Russian gum first here. You know, before I do that, let me cleanse the old palate.
I'm gonna cleanse the old palate with some of this good cappuccino.
All right. Russian first.
Russian
Bon
gum.
appetit. A little bit hard. That's a good gum. It's just strange that it's that hard to me.
It's kind of a weak gum compared to ours, American gum. It doesn't have this like spearmint or whatever. Wintergreen would just be packed, and it's not like packed with punch.
I'm going to try the other one now.
Cheers.
Cheers. American gum. Softer. A little bit of a crunch, but softer. Like you say, more of a more flavor added, I would say, to it. It's good, and it's a little more volume to it, and easier to chew, get into the gum state a lot quicker. Well, I'm going to try a candy. Looks like a strawberry candy here. We do have some other MREs we're going to have to get to. The strawberry candy is good, but for my money right now, I would go with the Cold Weather USA MRE as opposed to the Russian, just because of the main dish. So, well, I'll see you guys in the next one.